Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good. It's time for grade 5 to 8 intermediate writing class. This is tutor Hira, and today I have decided a chapter from grade 7. Let's begin. Let's begin with logging into aplusstudents.com. Open language arts section, grade 7. You are going to study a chapter from grade 7 today, as it is grade 5 to 8 intermediate writing class. So, chapter 33, peer review. There is just one lesson. So, let's begin. Peer review. Lesson 1, suggest appropriate revisions. Peer review means when you review a fellow student's writing, try to make your feedback clear and specific. Well, most of you might have got this chance to review your fellows' writing, your peers' writing. So, whenever you have to review a fellow student's writing, try to make your feedback clear and specific. There is a way, I can teach you a way how you can give your feedback in clear and specific words. You can use questions such as the following to guide your feedback. First one is ideas and development. You can give clear instructions. Now, ask yourself, does the writer express a clear main idea and develop it with evidence, examples, and analysis? So, you have to ask yourself, has that person expressed a great, clear main idea and developed it with evidence, examples, and analysis? So, this is about development and ideas. Organization. Does the writer order ideas in a clear, logical way so that the ideas build on one another and are easy to follow? So, you have to take care of the organization. So, ask yourself, does the writer order ideas in a clear, logical way so that the ideas build on one another and are easy to follow? Is the organization based on clear, logical way? Are ideas mentioned or organized appropriately in an easy way to follow? The third thing that you need to consider is sentence fluency. Do the writer's sentences vary in structure and length? Or does the writing sound choppy, rambling, or repetitive? Means sentence fluency, when sentences should vary in structure and length. And they should not sound choppy, rambling, or repetitive. Word choice. Now you have to take care of the word choice as well. Observe the word choice. Does the writer use words accurately and precisely, avoiding excessive repetition or inappropriate language to create clear, effective, and engaging writing? So you have to ask this question to yourself. Does the writer use words accurately and precisely, avoiding excessive repetition? Means excessive repetition should be avoided, inappropriate language should be avoided to create clear, effective, and engaging writing. Then comes grammar and mechanics. How can we forget this part? Does the writer use accurate spelling, punctuation, and grammar to create writing that is correct and easy to read? Means if accurate spelling, punctuation, and grammar is not used, how can someone create writing that is correct and easy to read? So, this is also one of the most important points. Means if you are reading something, if grammar is not correct, if spelling is not correct, if punctuation is not correct, can you observe the ideas in development? Can you check the organization of the writing? Can we check sentence and fluency or even word choice? No. So this part is very important, last but not least. So these are the few things, few points that you need to observe. Ideas in development. Do check whether the ideas are main idea is clear with evidence, and it is developed with evidence and details. Is the organization clear or logical or not? Sentence fluency. There should be a variety in structure and length of the sentences. They should not sound choppy or repetitive. Word choice. Word choice should be accurate and precise, and the writer should avoid excessive repetition or inappropriate language if he wants to write clear and engaging uh, writing or anything. And grammar mechanics, accurate spelling, accurate grammar, punctuation, if you want to write something that is easy to read. So let's suggest some appropriate revisions. We will read some texts. Okay, let's read the following text from a student essay. How can the writer best improve his or her ideas and development? Well, there is something wrong, maybe. So we'll see. And how we have to tell how can the writer best improve his or her ideas and development. You might not know it, but crows are actually very smart. According to some biologists, crows may be as smart as small human children. They can solve problems and they understand cause and effect around them and get to food. Dogs are also smart and can learn to recognize the meanings of words. Crows even seem to be able to talk with each other. Some researchers think that they may have their own language. This is unusual for animals, and it makes researchers realize just how smart crows really are. Well, how can the writer best improve his or her ideas or development? By stating the main idea clearly or by removing text unrelated to the main idea. Well, by stating the main idea clearly or by removing text unrelated to the main idea. Well, if you read the main idea, you know that it is about crows, that crows are actually very smart. But there is a sentence which tells us about dogs, that dogs are also smart and can learn to recognize the meanings of words. So this does this not mean that this is some unrelated information or detail? So by removing unrelated text, the text unrelated to the main idea, this this text can be improved. Let's see. Yes. Guys, don't spam, please. Race car driver Barney Oldfield began racing bicycles in 1894. In 1902, he started racing the Triple Nine race car designed by Henry Ford. In the Triple Nine, Oldfield raced against the race car record holder Alexander Winton and won twice. On June 20, 1903, in Indianapolis, Indiana, Oldfield drove 1 mile in 1 minute, the first time a car had ever raced so fast. In 1910, he raced at 131.724 miles per hour and set a world speed record. Because of his superior racing abilities, Oldfield became known as the Speed King. Well, we have read the text. How can the writer best improve his or her word choice? By including more vivid sensory details or by reducing repetitive language. Okay, let's see. Is there no sensory detail? Or is there repetitive language? Raced, racing, or raced. Well, repetitive language seems to be dominant in this passage. The word race, the verb race actually, it is used multiple times. So, how can the best writer best improve his or her word choice? Well, there is no need to add vivid sensory details in this passage, but by reducing repetitive language, the writer can improve. Again, how can the writer best improve his or her word choice? I saw a movie called Blob Invasion. It was really good. It was about a weird guy who was into science. He worked on bugs and small animals. He made a machine that did things to the bugs and the animals. They became big, weird things. One day he transformed himself by accident. He became a big blob. He went around doing bad things to the city. In the end, a boy figured out how to change the blob back into a man. I would recommend this movie to everyone who likes fun science movies. Okay, so how can he improve his word choice? By reducing repetitive language or by using more specific language? It's your choice. I mean, you have to select now. Hmm. So if you look at this passage, if you read it, there is some repetition of words, weird, and this is again used. Do you really think that he should use more specific language? Okay, let's see if you say it's option two. I will select option two. Hmm? Oh, good. So you were right. Okay, let's read this one. Read the following text and see how can the writer best improve his or her organization. Let's read it, then we'll decide. There were 22,006 passengers aboard the Titanic when the luxury ship hit an iceberg and sank on April 14, 1912. One was Elsie Bowerman, who was traveling to America to visit friends and family. She made it to a lifeboat and was rescued. Bowerman was lucky. Only 705 passengers survived. Among the dead were architect Washington Roebling, author Jacques Futrelle, and 56 children. The sinking of the Titanic remains one of the most famous maritime disasters in modern history. Bowerman went on to fight for women's right to vote, served as a nurse during World War I, become a lawyer, and work for the United Nations. Now, see, first it is mentioned that this number of passengers were aboard this ship, and one of them was this person, Elsie Bowerman, and lucky. And then it is written that among the dead were other persons, some author and an architect. Then it says that sinking of this ship remains one of the most famous maritime disasters. And then we know about power again with a break. Now, what do you think about organization? How can this best be improved? By introducing the topic before giving details, or by finishing one topic before moving to another one? Well, why don't you think? I mean, don't you think that one topic should be finished before moving to another? Well, in topic sentence is given before the details. So one topic should be finished before moving to another. Okay. So for option two, I'll select the circle, which is on the first line. Okay, how can the writer best improve his or her sentence fluency? Variation in sentences, or by varying the sentence length. If I became student council president, I would make significant changes at my school. I would help my fellow students by being the voice of the student body and communicating openly and effectively with the principal, board of education, school faculty and staff, and parents. For example, I would make every effort to represent students' interests on issues such as mobile phones in the classroom, healthy lunch options in the cafeteria, and improved showers and lockers in our gymnasium. In addition, I would focus on organizing more social events for students, including talent shows, sports tournaments, fashion shows, dances with exciting themes, and Battle of the Band competitions. Now, how can the writer best improve his or her sentence fluency? By combining sentences containing related information or by varying sentence length. So, what do you think it is? Job has answered option 1. Why don't you think that it can be, we can improve it by varying means by changing the sentence length? Sentences are quite lengthy and all of them are almost lengthy. Combining sentences containing related information, well, it is already done, so second option seems more appropriate. Now, how can the writer best improve his or her organization? In the 1800s, egrets were hunted in the United States for their long white plumes. As a result, the birds were nearly wiped out completely. Thankfully, conservation measures were put in place and the birds were protected. In fact, in recent years, egrets have expanded their range northward, moving beyond their original habitat in the American South. The egret is a white large bird that lives near marshes, lakes, ponds, and other wetland areas. Now, how can the organization be improved? By removing the sentence about the egret's expanded range, or by providing the description of egret when they are first introduced. Very specific. Options are quite specific for you, so it's easy to guess. Yes, Job, your answer is correct. Option 2. By providing the description of egrets when you see this one, that the egret is a large bird that lives near marshmallows. This is an information about the description of this bird, which should be provided when it is first introduced. Oh, sorry, I by mistake I pressed the wrong one. It is the second one. So, Valentina Tereshkova was born in Russia in 1937. She worked in a textile mill as a young woman and enjoyed parachuting for fun. Tereshkova was chosen to become a cosmonaut in the Soviet Union's space program in 1962. Tereshkova became the first woman in space on June 16, 1963. Tereshkova orbited Earth 48 times in less than 71 hours on board the Vostok spacecraft. Tereshkova received the title Hero of the Soviet Union. Now, how can the writer best improve his or her sentence fluency? By varying how sentences begin or by rewriting the second sentence? Very easy to decide because we are suggesting revisions, so you need to be really keen in reading these things. So, which one is it? By varying how sentences begin or by rewriting the second sentence? Look, every sentence begins with the name Tereshkova. This one, this one, and this one, and this one as well. So, by bringing variety to how sentences begin, he or she can improve the sentence fluency. The Servicemen's Readjustment Act, also known as the GI Bill, gave veterans money to pay college costs and buy books and supplies. Ex servicemen were also eligible to receive low interest home loans so that they could afford to buy their own homes, as well commercial loans to set up their own businesses. One of the most controversial aspects of the bill was the provision of unemployment benefits to the veterans who were unable to find jobs. How can the writer best improve his or her ideas and development? By removing a second main idea, by stating the main idea clearly, Okay, so, well, do you think there is a second main idea? Or by stating the main idea clearly, we can improve the ideas and development. So, yeah, by stating the main idea clearly, it can be improved. Everyone agree that recess is important for children in elementary school, but what about middle school students? I believe that students in middle school needs time to relax and have fun during the school day. A period of free time in the afternoons gives students the opportunity to go outside and enjoy some fresh air. Studies shows that exercise benefits students' attention spans. Exercise can also reduce stress, which many middle class students face on a daily basis. Therefore, middle school students in our country deserves recess too. Now, how can the writer best improve his or her grammar and mechanics? By fixing subject verb agreement errors or by adding missing commas? Very easy. Guys, go through this text. You'll see you can tell the answer. If you can't tell, let me tell you. The errors are quite obvious. Hmm. Job, you're saying it's option two. No, it's not option two. Ligbay, your answer is correct. Option one. Rebecca, yes. Option one. By fixing subject verb agreement errors, see, everyone agrees. It is considered a singular subject, so everyone agrees that recess is important. I believe that students in middle school needs. Students is the plural subject, so we need a plural verb which does not end in s. A period of free time in the afternoons give student gives because a period it's singular. And studies is plural subject. We'll use a plural verb which does not end in s. So therefore, middle school students in our country deserve recess too. So there are multiple subject verb agreement errors. So by fixing them, it can be improved. How can the writer best improve his or her sentence fluency? Our school needs to serve better food for lunch. Our lunches should be delicious. Our lunches should be nutritious. Our lunches should be satisfying. One way to achieve this would be to have a salad bar available. Salad bars can contain far more than just lettuce. Fresh foods can be included in a salad bar. Fresh vegetables can be included. Different kinds of meats and cheeses can be included too. Even pasta can be stocked in a salad bar. With these healthy options, students can make their own tasty lunches. How can the sentence fluency be improved? By combining sentences containing related information or by using shorter sentences. Again, an easy one for you. Just pay attention. Hmm. So yes, so everyone is saying it's option one. It is option one. See, should be delicious, nutritious, and satisfying. So many sentences can be combined, having related information. Have you ever wondered about the history of the roller coaster? Well, I haven't. These thrilling rides actually got their start in Petersburg, Russia. In the 17th century, man made hills were built out of tree trunks and lumber and covered with ice. People climbed stairs up to 70 feet high and mounted sleds carved from blocks of ice. The riders went as fast as 50 miles an hour and lasted just a few seconds. Similar rides were built in Paris in the early 1800s. They had small wheels attached to the sleds and ran on a track. The first roller coasters appeared in the United States by the late 1800s. Okay, how can the writer best improve his or her grammar and mechanics? By fixing run on sentences or by removing unnecessary commas. Well, Ligbe, your answer is correct. It's option two, by removing unnecessary commas. And see, they are used in multiple places. First, in this one, in the 17th century, this one is correct. Man made hills were built out of tree trunks and lumber and covered with ice. See, people climbed stairs up to 70 feet high and mounted sleds carved from blocks of ice. And this one is also incorrect use of comma. This one as well. So unnecessary commas are used. If they are removed, the grammar and mechanics can be improved. I guess for second option, we have to select this circle. Good. Yeah. Okay, guys, I hope you understand how we can review the writing of our peers, our fellows. I have to take care of these points which I have discussed in this lecture, in this class. You can complete this test. This is under grade 7, the chapter named Peer Review. There is just one lesson and the test. You can complete it after the class. I'm going to end here. I'll see you again next time. Till then, have a great time.